Sci-fi films like Arrival, Interstellar, and Independence Day suggest humanity unites when faced with a larger external threat. That's a good point. In reality, do you think lasting global unification is possible? What kind of threat, if any, could sustain it for centuries? Would a more severe pandemic or even an alien encounter override our divisions? This guy's depressing. Also, if humans had evolved together on a single landmass like Pangea, might we have developed more unified cultures and fewer conflicts?
Let me lead off by saying that in 1987, Ronald Reagan addressed the UN, and it was still the Cold War. Remember, might have been 86, somewhere in the mid 80s. He's president. He's addressing the UN and says, "Imagine how together we would be." I'm paraphrasing here. If we faced a threat, an alien threat from outer space, our differences would dissolve because we'd come together to fight the common enemy.
Or would they? See, what I would do is I would sell out a country, and then I'd partner with the aliens, and I would coexist like that.
Who invited you on the show? But so I think he's largely correct, because that plays out in politics every day. There's the enemy,
yes,
and they're our enemy. So we all bet it happened in Nazi Germany. Very easy. It happened almost too easily. So to the point where if everyone is identical in one island, I think we will still find ways to kill one another. And I wrote about that in a different book, in my Starry Messenger book on conflict and resolution, where you can talk about, well, we don't like you because your skin is dark, or because you pray to a different god, or because you sleep with different people, or because you speak with a different accent. There are all these reasons you can give. Okay, what was World War I and II about? Those were white Christians slaughtering other white Christians. If they can find reasons to do that, then all these other reasons, you're going to come up with reasons to want to tribalize and kill. That is my absence of confidence in our species.
On the other hand,
I need an on the other hand here, so thank you.
On the other hand, Star Trek does provide an alternative explanation for unification. It is a peaceful visit from the Vulcans in 2063, April the 5th, that convinces humans who at that time were still recovering from a world war that we should unite and just be nice to each other. Instead of uniting against the Vulcans as a common enemy, they were like, hey, clearly we're not alone anymore. Let's just get along.
Wait, this happened what year? What year was this?
April 5th, 2063 was first contact.
That's when I check out.
That's when I'm checking in.
The problem with that is that
April 5th.
April 5th.
Like, you know the day of the...
Just watch Star Trek First Contact. Okay, it's right there.
Well, it had to be April 5th. The Vulcans had to get their tax returns in on the 15th, so they had to go back. Their accountants were working on their... So the issue for me is you're never going to get...
Are we enlightened enough to do that?
No, because, well,
I don't think so.
The flip side of that is, that question is, there will always be part of the species where cohesion is not their main agenda, it's dominance.
Right.
We see it in the animal kingdom. I don't think that ever gets bred out of a species.
We are the animal kingdom.
We humans have a choice to decide whether or not we want to act on impulse A or impulse B.
But there are some humans that make that choice consciously, that it is more important to them to be dominant than to coexist and get along.
When you see it in other animals, it's kind of in their nature. We don't believe they necessarily have the choice.
It's in the nature of human beings now.
Like, does the new top lion who comes in, who displaced the other one, really have a choice to not kill all the lion cubs of the previous
what world
lion?
are you two guys living in that you don't see it in our day-to-day life now, that there are people that are just so clearly that cohesion, coexistence is not in their agenda, and it's to sort of dominate?
It's very tribal.
Yes,
yeah.
But are they the majority? Do they hold policy-making power or military power? At any given time, there's always a give and take in humans, and I don't see why it wouldn't be true for aliens too.
The key there is give and take, because there are times they are the majority, and that's the problem.
That's right.
That's how we had World War I and World War II.